Hello, my name is Prime and welcome back to ETS2 Showcases, and today I'm going to be hauling this massive wind turbine blade from here in Rostock, Germany, and we're going to head down to Berlin today, following a pre-designated route for this special transport DLC delivery. And this wind turbine blade is brand new in the 1.57 update for ETS2, and today I am still running the open beta, so keep that in mind if you happen to notice something that isn't quite right. And for our truck today, we're using this Scania R770, and as expected, utilizing the new 770 V8 and powertrain that is available for the Scania R and S series trucks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get our Scania started up so you can listen to this glorious engine. Wonderful indeed, and I am not using any third-party modifications in today's video. Everything you hear and see is Euro Truck Simulator 2 through and through. All right, let's get rolling. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I certainly am. It is fantastic to be back here in ETS2, and of course completing another delivery here in the 1.57 open beta update. I must say a huge thank you to everyone who has been supporting the series thus far, in some of the, well, new videos that I've been doing here in the 1.57 update. As of recording this video, obviously this is still in beta. However, maybe you're watching this video and the update has been released already. Hopefully you're enjoying the 1.57 update regardless of what state it's in. This is one of the new special transport routes for any owners of the special transport DLC, or more specifically the cargo, actually, I should say. And this trailer does turn. Yes, it does. It has beautiful axles on it. That is what I like to see and what I love about Europe. Steerable axles on the trailer are my friend, but I do have to remember to drive in the middle of the road at times because it swings out, and I have been known to take out some barriers or crash into them when trying to drive exterior cam. Not the greatest move, Prime. Let's stick to the inside here. You'd think after this amount of time I'd be decent at driving exterior cam. Anyone who's been around here for a while will know otherwise. Regardless, this is one of the new cargos. This and an underground digger, as if I do remember correctly, or like underground loader. There's a couple new routes that will be in the Nordic Horizons DLC, obviously, where you can find this cargo and the digger or underground loader. Can't remember specifically what it is, but you get the idea. This is one of the new ones here with this wind turbine blade, and it's absolutely fantastic to see another new cargo added. I love the special transport DLC. Yes, at times it can be a rightful headache, as it is quite temperamental a lot of the time with the escort vehicles in particular. The game really does not like, well, AI in general. The AI vehicles can cause some problems, and that is being generous in that statement. Some problems is, yes, being quite generous. They could be a bit of a pain in the neck, but the DLC overall is fantastic, and I love all the new routes and cargoes that come along with it, and this is no different. Now, speaking about the Nordic Horizons DLC, we are getting extremely close to the release of the DLC. As of recording this video, we're just over a week away from release, which is extremely exciting news here for ETS2. A long-awaited DLC, and a DLC that has a lot of promise. Obviously, a nice big region, biggest in terms of, shall we say, space covered or land covered, albeit maybe not the biggest in terms of the amount of cities from what we can kind of extrapolate as of right now based off of the blog posts and so on that's been confirmed about the DLC. In terms of general area, though, and what we can expect, Nordic Horizons is supposed to be the biggest for ETS2 to date, which is very exciting, but it could come with a price tag. Obviously, at this point, do not know, but it could come with a price tag that is a little bit more on the steep side. I'm going to hope that's not the case, and generally SES software is quite good with, you know, maybe not fully cash grabbing compared to some developers out there, which I will not name, but regardless, Nordic Horizons is just around the corner, or on the horizon if I want to be really punny, and that is extremely excited. And I'm or exciting, I should say, and I am very excited to be exploring that very, very soon, whenever the DLC releases, of course. I've got plenty of different video ideas planned based off of information that we already know and love. Wait, I've driven away from the escort vehicles? What? So this is where the conversation about the love and hate relationship I have with the Special Transport DLC, regardless of playing it on ETS2 or ATS, comes into play. Because we just had to load back to another checkpoint. I can only assume that when we did a lane change there, the rear escort vehicle got cut off by an AI. That is the only thing I can think of what potentially happened there, because we apparently, as it mentioned, drove away from our escort vehicle. But I can clearly see the bright yellow van that is right in front of me. So I know we definitely did not drive away from it, nor did we, you know, fall back far enough that it would fail the mission. Albeit I wasn't looking in the mirror overly closely to see if the escort vehicle did not appear. I'll see what I can do in editing to confirm one way or another. But yeah, I assume it just got cut off at the on-ramp here by some traffic somehow. And that's that. So, fun times. Fun times indeed. But, and again, the braking of the escort vehicle, because that traffic is probably going to come to a near halt as it passes the cop, because it doesn't want to get in the way. Now let's see what happens here, because I think this was the culprit. Someone got cut off, and I think it was the guy behind me. I think he's okay now. So fingers crossed we can continue here without having too many more checkpoints load. Now fortunately we weren't too far away from said checkpoint, or from where we left off, sorry, the checkpoint wasn't too far, so that's okay. I don't even know where I was with the Nordic Horizons DLC, other than saying I'm very excited for it. I know a lot of you are very excited for it, as I would expect, and as many of you know. And I can't wait to explore that region. Yes, it's large, maybe not the most cities, but it's probably going to have a lot. From what we can tell was the blog post, some really unique industries, a first underground warehouse in ETS2, a lot of exciting things. And the 1.57 open beta update, or the 1.57 update for ETS2, has been what I would class as a fantastic update for the game. In contrary to the ATS side, where this update pretty much fell flat, it is actually now out and available fully. I think there were a few hidden features there, kind of more back door, shall we say, or behind the scenes updates with the 1.7 update on, or 5.7 update, sorry, on ATS, mainly for Louisiana. But I'll talk about that in an ATS showcase video to come quite soon. Here on ETS2, though, I'd say the update was quite a success. And a lot of you have been enjoying exploring the Scandinavia DLC rework, or refresh, shall I say. Obviously not a full rework other than select areas, but a significant textural refresh of the region, and a very wonderful one indeed. One that was much needed and will serve us greatly going into Nordic Horizons, where then the transition zone isn't so noticeable. And that has been something that obviously we're not driving in today, but has been a wonderful thing to explore over the last few episodes. And I will be going back there in the very next episode here on the ETS2 showcases. I plan to do a delivery out of Copenhagen for those who are watching to this point in the video. Little heads up, and I appreciate all of your support on these videos and sticking through the videos as well. I know most of you watch all the way through, which I can only say thank you for. That helps in many more ways than you may imagine. But yeah, ETS2 is in a wonderful spot. Ending of 2025 is going to be going out in a bang for ETS2, and it's great to see. And 2026 looks exciting as well. Obviously, we have a number of features kind of lingering here for ETS2. Project Coaches, when is that going to fully drop? Is it middle to end of next year? Is it later? We don't know. Obviously, we have Iceland and now Ireland DLCs confirmed for ETS2 as well, which is extremely exciting news on its own. Of course, there's the ever ongoing, or always on standby DLC, shall we say, of the Heart of Russia. We don't know what what the status of that DLC is and when or if that will ever come, but it's there technically on the back burner if SDS Software decides to commit to releasing that, basically, depending on world situations, I assume at this point. Either way, it's really exciting to see the future of ETS2 and what could come in 2026. And as I said, 2025 is going out with what I can only say is a bang. It's really exciting to see and wonderful to see where this game has come from since what, 2013, 2012. Pretty impressive indeed. Now we should be getting fairly close to our delivery point in Berlin. Now, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but as far as I know, this is a newer special transport route itself, not just the cargo that I'm hauling. I'm going to be honest, I haven't driven this route before in the special transport DLC, and I cannot remember off the top of my head from the blog posts if this is a new route in its own, or if it is more just the cargo that I'm hauling, particularly here, and the new route is in the Nordic Horizons DLC. For those who can either, one, go back to the Prime News video, or did I do a Prime News video on that? No, I did not. Community post, don't think. Regardless, if you want to check the blog post out, let me know. I appreciate that. I can't remember every detail on the top of my head, but regardless of that, it's nice to be over here in Germany once again, an area that has had significant rework to it as well, and different refresh. And you know what? It's lovely to have these special transport routes, albeit they're a headache. It's fun to do. And as I mentioned earlier, new cargoes can't complain. And I really like the fact that we get some different things, and honestly, some things that from either game, the ATS side of things, that have some different, you know, wind turbine components for some time. Now ETS2 is getting them. ETS2 has some exclusive ones that maybe ATS will get, maybe they won't. But I really look forward to seeing where the special transport DLC goes in the future. I'd love to see it reworked in terms of the physics and the, well, shall I say, sensitivity of the DLC, and just how the mechanics of it work with specifically the lead vehicles and the follow vehicles, or the escort vehicles, depending on how you want to call it. They, as you've seen in this video itself, they cause problems. And I don't know if that's just down to the AI engine of the games. It very well could be. Maybe an AI fix, a whole new algorithm for how AI drive along the roads and just how they interact with the environment around them. Maybe that would fix the escort vehicles by nature of it. I don't know how the pathing works for that. If you happen to know in the comments, for those who are modders or just happen to know more of the technical details on that, feel free to let me know. I'm always happy to read them. Either way, I don't know if the AI fix, which is very much needed, would solve that, but I'd love to see it. I'm not gonna lie about that. Regardless, I'd just like to see the DLC updated, of course, continually with new cargoes and routes, but with some of the mechanics of it behind as well, sensitivity of it. I like the challenge, obviously, but I feel like these routes in real life are planned to a T anyways, and if there is an issue, say, with the cargo, the vehicles lead and behind are going to stop. It's not going to be, you know, the truck has to maintain space. Why are you stopping? It's a clear road, dude. I have got, well, luckily this wind turbine isn't overly heavy. It's only 13,000 pounds. The truck and trailer probably weigh a whole lot more than that. But seriously, it's a clear lane, and you're gonna jam on the brakes with the truck coming behind you. I'm following close, but I'm not following that close where I feel like it's for the speed we were doing. Obviously, I was able to stop. Thank you, Scania, and the brakes and the trailer brakes, I guess, for that matter. European safety standards for the win. It still baffles me. It really does. I don't get it. No one in their right mind would slam on the brakes with a clear lane ahead for no reason, with a loaded transport truck on a special transport or a heavy haul mission coming up behind them. It's unreal. It's absolutely unreal. Again, some of the frustrations with the special transport DLC, that's what you get. A little bit entertaining, I will admit, and probably a lot of you just laugh at every time something goes on with the special transport DLC. But I hope at the same time, as much as the game is fun and as much as I do enjoy the challenge of these deliveries, I feel like every single time I do these deliveries, the challenge is growing more so than the delivery itself in just trying to survive the AI. I feel like the AI in the lead vehicles and how they drive around the routes that are predefined is a bigger challenge than actually maneuvering the trailer that's behind me, which says a lot given my track record here on the channel for maneuvering trailers and trucks and other vehicles around. Not normally something, well, it's not always something that is the smoothest of operations, but that says something. And I will admit, it does annoy me to a significant degree that a DLC that I don't have to go that way. That a DLC that is so fun to try and do with the cargoes themselves and unique is so incredibly tedious that it's gotten to that point that trying to complete the delivery without it failing you for no reason whatsoever is actually a bigger challenge than the delivery itself. Now, I'm getting a little bit of screen hiccups here. I don't know if that's coming through on your end based off of how my recording is. Don't know if that is beta at work with some of the graphical improvements and stuff with the HDR and the lighting. I personally did not set up HDR right away, but I am running on the HDR display, so there is a chance, because the game does look very good, there is a chance that it is automatically running it. I am not sure if it would right away, but there is a chance. Normally you have to do a setup and calibration though, according to the beta, but things can change. Doesn't always run like that. Regardless, there is a little bit of herky-jerky motion, as some would say. But hopefully that's not coming through too badly on the recording. I will have to figure it out though, because I don't like the herky-jerky motion. And sometimes Windows and other drivers just have a bit of a say in that. We all love Windows updates for those who run it. And unfortunately, it's just the name of the game. So we gotta turn into here. Nice tight entry spot. Okay, lovely. Should be able to get around if we stay over here. It's gonna be tight on that post over the sidewalk. Don't want the blade to hit on that side. As it, I think, very close. As it nearly hit. Talk about a tight entrance for a wind farm. I would assume that's why the trailer is not any longer. They talk about maximizing size. Most definitely. So let's figure out where we gotta park this thing. Looks like it's just up and around. I'm assuming there is a non-completed wind turbine somewhere. Maybe they're literally just starting it as I'm driving into the field. It's okay. It's not always a negative thing. Now our delivery should be on the... Oh, it's on the right-hand side. Well, there we go. Yeah. Gotta maneuver our way around here. It's actually probably one of the tighter delivery points for a special transport route. Oh, come on, game. Well, I knew the delivery was going too smoothly for it to just end nicely as well, right? There's always something. Always something. I'm never going to escape. I really am not. So let's go up and around. Avoid then that. People park in the worst possible spots. Especially when you know the wind turbine blade is showing up. Yo, lad, working on the crane. Move. Please. And of course, there's a trailer parked here too, which is fantastic. Only benefit I see is that this whole trailer is rigid, and then obviously the turning axles, so at least I'm not dealing with dolly, so I can reverse it a lot easier without it being a complete comedy show of me trying to reverse a multiple combination trailer. But it will accept it. I'm going to accept it, because if not, I'm probably never going to get this mission completed. So with all of that rant and discussion said, thank you all so much for watching. What a great episode here on ETS2, regardless of the issues with the Special Transport DLC and how the lead vehicles decide to drive. It is really nice to have a new cargo and at least try it out here in Germany. And I'll be doing another Special Transport DLC video, well, hopefully very soon, with the Nordic Horizons DLC just around the corner. And that one will be with the other new cargo, which is the underground loader. But in the meantime, I have other content here on ETS2 that I'll be covering, plus other games alike. So comment down below or hop into the community Discord. And also let me know what you'd like to see here in ETS2. I'm always open to suggestions. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.